Since his start in the Formula 1 season, after Daniel Ricciardo suffered an injury to his wrist, Liam Lawson has rocked the stage, with special mentions to him becoming the first person to win his first points in F1 at Singapore. And he really has put it up to Yuki Tsunoda, really showing what talent Red Bull have to offer. So in this video, let's find out who is Liam Lawson. So he was born on the 11th of February 2002 in Hastings, New Zealand, and then he was raised as a kid, mind my pronunciation, Pukekohe. He has been karting since the age of 6, but he started racing in championships when he turned 8 years old, competing all around New Zealand with the financial help from his uncle's company called Cyrus International Cargo. But his career really starts in 2012. This was his big step up in his karting days, where he would take place in a New Zealand CIK Championship when he won the cadet class, and he also competed in the New Zealand Championship where he came 3rd place. And due to his success in 2012, he was asked to join the Saudi karting team, where he would win his 2nd national title and become the runner-up in New Zealand's School of Karting. Then in 2014, he'd follow the success of 2013 up with even more success to his name, where he would amass 2 more karting championships. And finally, to finish off his karting career, in early 2015, he came 3rd in the National Sprint Championship, which was good enough to see him move on to the next stage of his career, which was the Formula Series. So in May of 2015, Liam Lawson joined Formula First, which, fun fact, has been the starting formula in New Zealand for over 50 years now. And he impressed, as per usual so far, coming 6th in the championship and winning Rookie of the Season. And with his success in 2015 in Formula First, he then moved on to Formula Ford for the 2016 season, where he had a record-breaking season, becoming the youngest driver ever to win the Formula Ford title. Then moving on to 2017, where due to age limits, he would then have to move out of New Zealand and into the Australian Formula 4, and his success did not end in New Zealand. Coming to Australia, he won 5 races in his first season in Formula 4 and came runner-up in the championship. This again would be good enough for him to move over in 2018 to Formula Asia for the 2018-19 season, where he competed in the last 3 races of the championship and managed to win all 3 of the races he competed in. Wow, what a stat. He would also again compete in Formula 4, this time however in Europe, where he took 3 race wins and 11 podiums. Over 20 races, again coming 2nd in this championship. So a lot of 2nd places so far for Liam Lawson, which must be frustrating for a young driver. In 2019, he won the TRS Championship back in New Zealand, and this was probably the biggest step up in his career for a few years, because this was the season he officially competed in the Formula 3 Championship, and this was the first time he actually had a Red Bull sponsored seat. But it was a rocky start with this giant leap up to Formula 3. He only managed 42 points and could only finish 11th in the championship. Also raced in Euro Formula 3, finishing runner-up as he had to miss a few races to compete in Formula 3. So very well done to him, but again, technically still a 2nd place. But 2019 by far was the busiest racing season Liam Lawson has to his name. Now, moving into 2020, this would be his 2nd season in Formula 3, where he improved significantly, coming 5th in the F3 season, 6 places higher than he did last season. And not only this, but he then competed in the TRS Championship again, unluckily finishing 2nd this time round, purely because he had an engine failure that cost him the championship. And he also took part in the New Zealand Endurance Championship, which was a single race championship, where he finished 3rd place. Another respectable finish to his name. Then another big call up in 2021 was his first season in F2, And again, it wasn't the best season for Liam Lawson, where he would finish 9th with 103 points, which isn't terrible. However, you'd expect a bit more from him now, so it was a bit disappointing of a season for him. But he did have more success in the DTM Championship, where I found quite funny, he actually drove a Ferrari. It was a Ferrari sponsored by Red Bull, which obviously I know happens, but I kind of forgot before I was doing research for this video, and it made me chuckle, and I was like, oh, interesting. In this championship, he managed to come 2nd place, again though, the runner-up. But to give credit to him, this one especially, he deserved to win. He was very frustrated and thought that he deserved the championship when he collided on the final race with his championship rival, Van der Linde. And if he didn't have this collision, considering he was 19 points ahead going into the final race of the season, he believes he would have been able to win the championship, and I believe he would have. So very unlucky for him. Now, moving on to 2022, which was a much less hectic season for him. He really buckled down into F2, and it showed, moving up 6 places in the championship this season, finishing 3rd in the championship this time round. And his best race result was in the opener in Bahrain, where he came 2nd. Now, moving on to this year, where he actually was taking place in the Super Formula Championship, and he still is, and he'll be finishing that championship off soon. At a minute, as it stands, he's 2nd place, 8 points behind his championship rival. However, we all know what happened this season, and this was his F1 call-up. Of course, like I've said with Daniel Ricciardo getting a fractured wrist in Zandvoort, Liam Lawson has been racing ever since, and my God, has he been putting on a show. But that wraps up 2023, and now what will happen for the future? Because who knows where he'll be for next season. Will he be outside of F1, potentially racing in another championship? Will he get that AlphaTauri seat, considering it's looking like it's potentially possible that Perez will be forced out by Red Bull if he loses 2nd place in the championship? So what will happen? I guess we'll find out. But hey, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you learned a few things about Liam Lawson. Have a great week. Bye bye.